Hey guys, welcome to the Brad Penning channel, and today we're going to be talking about Forex analysis for the week ahead. Let's get into it. So as we're getting started, guys, I'd like to disclaim that everything that I'm going to be talking about through this video, it's my opinion, my personal views of the markets. I'm not saying that I'm a guru or anything like that, but I do believe, and that's why I'm making this video, that I do have a particular perspective that is potentially winning. But at the end of the day, whatever you do should be part of your own style or way of doing trades, and all the risk that you're going to be taking is yours alone, and there should be no bearing upon me in terms of whatever decisions that you end up taking. I'm just producing this content in order to help traders like yourself to be able to do trades and just have as much information as possible, because I believe as a beginner trader myself, I struggle to find information that helps me to do exactly what I need to do, particularly without paying exorbitant amounts, especially if you're a beginner trader, you don't know what you're paying for and you don't understand anything. So I'm doing this on a free basis, trying to give back, and I truly believe that this information will be helpful. But once again, remember, you're doing everything at your own risk. Also, because you're not paying much or anything at all, the only thing I ask from you is to please subscribe, like, and put on the post notification, as I'll be creating more content like this as I learn. And please comment on the comment section so that I can understand exactly anything that maybe I'm missing that you guys might want to know about. But other than that, let's get into it, guys. So the currency pairs that I'm looking into are the following. I'm looking at the Euro GPY, looking at the USD ZAR, the Australian dollar and the Swiss franc CHF, the British pound as well as the USD, and the Euro as well as the Canadian dollar. So those are the 5 pairs that I'm looking for opportunities into. In fact, 3 out of the 5 I've already placed orders, or I'm already having open positions off. So I'm going to start with the one that I'm very excited about, and I will end with the one that I believe has a great opportunity. In terms of ZAR, what's happening now is there's major momentum with the US dollar, particularly from Friday. And usually if that momentum started to show itself on Friday, it usually translates into Monday. And also, besides that, that's just from a US dollar and a ZAR perspective. But in general, the US dollar, it's expected to be strengthened. There's a general bullishness towards the dollar. So at the end of the day, that's something to realize. A lot of price action, you have to take into consideration that from last year, that lockdown effects are affecting numerous economies. So you need to be careful in terms of the levels and looking at the peaks of each currency. So we've been on a downward trend, so the market is trying to normalize, and you can see this is why I draw levels, because you want to see what the market is doing so that you have a form of predictability, right? So as you can see at this level here, of which I used to do this, I don't do this right now. I just put everything on blue, because putting everything on red can be a bit confusing, red or green. So I'm saying red here because it's I'm looking for sell opportunities and so on. So then here it's sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. Now you'll notice on the other charts I just do blue lines. So here we're seeing that overall we've been on a downward trend in terms of the daily time frame, but you can see at this level here, this is where the market is ranging. So when we talk about ranging, we're talking that the market is keeping a somewhat of a consistent level. It's not necessarily being bullish or bearish, but once again, remember with markets, if it's going up, it will go up as in a very consistent manner. But if it's ranging and it's not particularly taking anyway from a price level perspective, in other words, you can see it was going in, then it's starting you taking you up there, that's where you start to treat as like, hey, the markets are moving on a bullish trend. But if they're coming down like this, this is a bearish trend. Prices are falling, steadily falling, but you can see there's also movement in between, and that's why you go into lower time frames in order to see what's happening in between. So we go into a lower time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour. So in other words, we're trying to see what's going to happen later and just to understand the opportunity. So yeah, you can see I'm very busy in the intraday. That's why it's very colorful. So on the 4 hour, once again, looking at the market, it's basically gotten out of that channel of that downward analysis that I did on the daily. So that shows for me this is a change of momentum. The rand is getting weaker in general, but once again, another thing to consider with the pandemic is when there's generally good news or bad news around vaccination and the likes, that can adversely affect markets for better or for worse. So with the dollar, I mean with the rand, there's been good news in terms of vaccinations and vaccination rollout. The ministry has been giving a lot of details that is making a lot of sense in terms of the business community, and obviously vaccine rollouts is coherent and it's something that is properly heard and understood by the markets. That creates momentum and therefore economies are going to open. So that's why you can see that the market is really ranging up, and obviously with what's happening since then, from the 25th of March up until now, you can see that we've been on a bearish momentum there, but now you can see it's on the upswing. So now we're looking at this moving average over 100 days or 100 MAA. So that just shows the average over the 100 days is that it's about to turn. So that's why for me, I'm being bullish about this. It's the right time to buy. Yes, I got in a little bit early, so once again here, get in with a pinch of salt, guys. As I will say, you can put your stop loss at about 14.49, 14 rand 49 or 14 rand 50, around about there. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into a 1 hour line so I can just make it nice and clear for you guys. So around here, 14.49, where is that? So around here, okay, sorry, I'm busy getting used to this laptop. There we go. So around here, 14.49, yes, around here, let's say 14.50, around this level here, you see. So this is a key level. Once again, that's why I put these labels here or these channels here, so that I can understand the key levels from a broader perspective. I know that right now we're in, if price breaks downwards from here, then you're gonna have to be looking at selling opportunities. But that's only because now this has become the new resistance, right? This is what I look at as resistance. I'm hoping that you could one day just come over here. So if you're those people that have enough margin in your account, you can literally buy here and just wait up until it gets to the 15 rand 20s or 15 rand up until the 15 rand 50. People have been saying it's going to get to 15 rand 60, but yeah, it just touched there. But yeah, I was not that brave because yeah, I got out some here then. But right now the rand is going up, so to be conservative or have a reasonable expectation, you can get in the trade around about the levels that is at right now and look for targets at about here, which is around about this mark. I didn't really mark it, so right now what I'm using is I'm using data that I got from my broker, which is FXCM. They have very nice insights that they give, and they say we should target about 1478, which is a level around here. Obviously this is a type of trade. When it comes to ZAR, I day trade ZAR. So right now I don't necessarily have a target that I'm going for, except that I'm looking for 15 rands. I'm always looking for 15 rands. So this is the level that I'm potentially going to be chasing, around 15 towards 15-20 cents. I have about 4 positions open in terms of ZAR. They're in profits, so obviously I'm holding in terms of buying. So for me, I'm looking on a general point of view, I'm looking for buying opportunities with ZAR. So next currency pair that we're going to look at is the Australian dollar and the Swiss franc. So here, the comment that we have for my broker, the insights that they have, FXCM, is prices under the 100 MA possible, bearish momentum building. So let's go to the chart and confirm exactly what's been said there. This one is looking particularly lovely. as I say, it's, you know, in terms of the 100 MAA, it's, you know, it's it's about to touch the 100 MAA, as you can see. So at the end of the day, it's been trending up. So one thing that you need to understand about markets is that they go up and down, and when they go up and down, you need to know what is the thing that's going to make you to enter a trade. So for me, you can either look at fundamentals, which is a bit difficult. Other than that, technicals is really the best, and you look for certain shapes and so on. But also you can look at indicators, and if you can notice the indicators that I use here, I use the RSI, and I'll put it in a video on how I use the RSI, and I use the MACD with a little bit of configuration for both indicators. And in addition, I also use what we call the Ikumuchi cloud. Once again, I don't use these indicators to necessarily say it's telling me exactly what's going to happen. Once again, it's all about certainty. I use everything to just make me comfortable with making a decision and risk whatever amount of money that I'm going to risk. So as you can see, up until now on the MACD, it's still on the bearish side of things. So up until it starts playing under this line, that's where I'll start being very confident of bearish momentum. Right now it can still recover. There is, you know, it's a bit of an indifferent situation, but once again, the price is so high that at the end of the day, it's very possible for one to get some selling opportunities. But right now it's 50-50. But if you're going to take a selling opportunity, you can maybe expect to get to this level before it recovers again and starts continuing on an upward momentum. So once again, I'm not too confident about this one, but this is just something that, you know, it's been, you know, giving some good, you know, it gave some good momentum on last week. So I don't know if this week it's gonna start retesting. And if we go down to the 4-hour timeline, you can see on the 4-hour timeline that, hey, the momentum in terms of the bullish mentality is changing. So obviously, if you're brave enough, this could be where you get an opportunity. But what tells me otherwise is the RSI. If you look at the RSI, it's under the 50% level, and for me that means that this could be potentially good buying opportunities. And as you can see in the MACD, once again, it's where it's at in terms of the, once again, this is just the effects of last week, and who knows what's going to happen going into next week. But once again, this is a currency for me. I don't have a particular position right now. I haven't taken any position. I'm just looking to see some confirmations if indeed it's gonna go on a bullish trend or a bearish trend. I'm suspecting a bearish trend, but at the end of the day, we have to see what happens. Because yeah, when it comes to the Australian dollar, yeah, it can disappoint, but it's generally a very good trade. But yeah, when it comes to Australian dollar and euro pairs, yeah, that one I'm not always the most confident with. So that's that for the Australian dollar and the Swiss franc. Selling opportunities up until about the 0.7 line, and yeah, then that's about it, guys. I mean, I'm not going to be looking for anything further than that. So right now we're going to look at the euro CAD. So with euro CAD, we're looking at the prospect of downward potential or a bullish potential. Or so now we're looking at the euro CAD. So euro CAD, it's been bullish, as you can see here. There's been a lot of bullish momentum, albeit quite volatile. On an overall basis, it's been bullish, right? So you can see some trades might have been stopped out here, depending how you're looking. Maybe people are expecting, but you can see there has been an overall bullish trend. At the end of the day, there's been higher highs, slight higher highs, and definite lower highs. Now, as you can see here, now this is where the trick is now, right? We're looking at this point, and here we can see that there's a change of momentum potentially. It's not confirmed yet, it's potential. As you can see, this pair has major movement, so this is something that's not unique. But obviously when the pairs are like this, it's all about looking at your indicators to give you a deeper sense of the story. So looking at our indicators before we go into the lower time frames, we can see an RSI. There's been a recovery. It's, as you can see, there was a dip, it fell, and then there's a recovery in terms of the bullish people trying to pick up the market. But once again, it's a very, very slight recovery. Once again, if you look at the MACD, you can see that it's been heavily pulled down. Now once again, if it's like this, for me, this indicates that the bearish momentum is still gonna prevail. Obviously it can change, but looking at overall what's been happening here, there's going to be a lot of recovery, and then we'll have to see if it's really going to spike up. But for me, I find it highly unlikely that it's going to spike up. As you can see, there was a double top formation here. So double top formation generally shows that there's going to be weakness at least up until this level somewhere here. Obviously from my side, to be safe, looking at the trend line here, I'll be looking for opportunities up until down here, but that's on a daily time frame. So let's look at what the 4-hour is busy saying. So looking at the 4-hour, obviously there's been a slight recovery. Once again, if you're conservative, you could maybe enter the trade around about here and look for opportunities here. That will be a very quick scalping opportunity. Obviously, looking at this price level, you would want to, if you really want, you're brave enough to go into this trade and believe in technical analysis, that double top momentum, hopefully you'll go all the way down, because at the end this shows weak movement in terms of the bullish side of things. So you'd hope for another touch around about here, at least to a maximum here, and further downside potentially based on overall bearish consideration or sentiment around the euro. So just to give you guys some points, yes, I'm going to be potentially taking a selling position in terms of where price is right now. Maybe once confirmation is given, of course you can take it, yeah, if you're that brave. Otherwise you can wait for it to break that momentum in terms of what's happening. Once again, another thing that you guys need to understand about trading is, look at that on the 4-hour time frame. On the day time frame, it looked like it was going up. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see it was overbought and it's slowly falling down. So this for me indicates strong downward potential. So this is where now I know if it's from the 4-hour, which means this trade, I'll give it maybe up until tomorrow to get up until here, and maybe just pass around about here. If really get more confirmation, can go even further down. But once again, it's a very nice quick way to get some cash here, because yeah, it's poised to go down some more. So the targets that you could be looking for, it's around about the 148.781. so that is around here. Once again, as I already said, this price level here. So it's really up to you what you think. You can use Fibonacci retracement, but once again, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm just giving an overall sense of what I feel. But yeah, I'll be entering positions around about here, and just to really test it out, looking at my indicators, that they're giving me the indication that hey, this thing is probably potentially gonna go down. Maybe give it for about a day or 3 days or so for it to get here eventually, but we'll see based on everything else that I'm already busy with. So that's that. So now, saved the last two best, the last two that I believe is the best opportunities. Looking at GBP, we'll start off that. So this is my second best trade that I look forward to. With GBP, once again, the British pound has been doing surprisingly well. For me, in terms of understanding why it's been doing well, I believe it's solely based on, a lot of vaccines have been created from there. The government has been seemingly looking like they're doing a good job handling the pandemic and lockdown. So there's been a lot of economic activity besides lockdown, and the economy suffering and so on, in terms of globally, from a global perspective. But with the British pound, they've been producing vaccines. A lot of the companies that produce vaccines are from the British, from Britain or from the UK, and that has kept the economy quite alive. So the British pound has been raging like nobody's business. As you can see, look at that on the chart, on the date. You can see ever since February last year, pandemic did nothing to them. They just literally went all the way up. And that's why, or not that's why, but now that momentum, once again, look at that double bottom. Technical analysis, right? I mean, you don't have to look at news sometimes. You just look at the charts, and if you understand technical analysis, you can literally just make your trades. But once again, I'm a person that wants certainty, so I do look at the charts and a little bit of fundamental analysis just to get that confirmation. So you can see right now where the GBP is with the US dollar, it's at the highest peak. Potentially, it tried to overcome this point, and this is a 2018 high that it's not able to surpass. So what can you see in terms of, once again, there's my price level, and then you can see this is why for me this is a very great opportunity, because the momentum in terms of the downturn is looking at a very nice level here. This is a good amount of profits that you can get right there. So let's look at the 4-hour time term. I'm not even looking at the indicators because I'm so interested in what the 100 moving average is showing us. You can see there's a change of momentum, and as you can see, this currency has been raging like nobody's business, trying to go up, and you can see it has broken formation. It's definitely not doing what it's been doing. It has too many, or let me rather say, it's been giving a lot of lower lows. As you can see, we're expecting another lower low around about here at about 1.35, and at that level, obviously at this level, and for me it's a definite selling opportunity right now. I would get in, and obviously I put on this line. This is for a lower time frame, I think from the 1 hour 30 minute or so, whereby, just to show you guys, at the 1 hour mark, obviously these are big movements, guys, so it's very, very important to be careful. So you can see even on the 1 hour time frame, you can see from Monday we're going to start making some profits here, at least for it to meet here, but potentially it's going to create another lower low, and that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping it will definitely get here, and obviously depending on what exactly happens with the US dollar, you can potentially go up again. I mean, not go up, but it can potentially be some more profits in terms of selling opportunities. But at the end of the day, for me, if I can get to this level, I'll be very happy and I'll be in and out there. But as you can see, it's already been going down, so maybe there will be a bit of a recovery, but eventually it's definitely going to go down. Well, when I say definitely, I'm being just certain, not to say it will happen, because markets do what they want to do at the end of the day. So it's not for me to tell them what they're gonna do. And you can see with the MACD, it's gonna show that maybe you could wait for an opportunity, could go a little bit up, and maybe we'll go around about this level here, and potentially that could be an entry point around about here. Obviously you can apply for Fibonacci, and yeah, at the end of the day, you can see there was a head and shoulders formation there, and look at that. Could have made some nice profit here. I've seen somebody actually using head and shoulders to predict more downward movement. So depending on the movement, the distance from here to here, they'll take that. So in other words, let me just make an example. They'll take the distance from here to there, and they would say that movement from the lowest low would give you some sort of prediction that it will go down once again from where it is right now. So from the highest peak that it's been down to here. So once again, that's a confirmation. Whether you guys actually believe that, yeah, it's not for me. I don't like doing charts like that, but obviously you can apply for Fibonacci retracement. It will definitely give you similar type of prediction. But for me, at the end of the day, I'm very comfortable. Once again, I put these price levels for a reason. I believe in them. That's, you know, how I do my analysis and how I go into my trades. I'm definitely trading this one. I've entered here. I'm going to enter where it is right now. Maybe just wait for the retracement a little bit, and then expect to at least reach somewhere here at least. And then yeah, I mean, once again, I'm targeting that 148, not 148, sorry, I'm targeting 3 price levels here. So it'll be at 137, so that will be a very conservative TP after the recovery, and then looking at 136.8 and 136.1, and then ultimately we'll be looking at a 135 price level, somewhere there, 135.9, just somewhere here, as you can see, just above the 135.5 price level. That's where we'll be looking to get opportunities in to take our profits in terms of the GBP and the USD, and that's that. So looking at the chart in terms of the Euro JPY, within the daily time frame, we can see there is quite a lot of upward momentum. However, you know, with Forex, it's not about the same thing always working. It's very important to understand your indicators. It's very important to understand what you're doing so that you can make reasonable assumptions that, you know, that you're quite certain of. So as you can see, general uptrend. Yes, I've already explained historically what's happening, but you can see here there's a double top formation, and generally with double top formation, yes, it could go up and down, back and forth here, but you can see historically a lot of double top formations here have been giving some very nice selling opportunities. So this is one of them, and obviously with the fundamentals saying that there's an overall bearish momentum in terms of the euro, this really indicates something of that regard. So obviously it's Forex, there's nothing that's certain, or it's the market, it can go the other way. But for me, I'm excited about this because it's a very clear bearish indicator in terms of the M formation, or double top as I'll call it. Maybe it'll create a triple top, I don't know, but for me, I am of the belief that it's a double top. And as you can see, price right now it's at its highest. It's definitely hitting that. Obviously we still in need of a confirmation, and the minute it crosses this level, it would be a confirmation. But for me, I've already entered this trade. I'm actually looking to open more positions, but yeah, we'll see how much liquidity I actually have, or margin I have to take on that. But yeah, at the end of the day, the main message here is look out for the formation of the M, potentially a triple. But you know, there's been a lot of fighting in terms of this upward trend maintaining its momentum, but I believe it's going to end, and the confirmation is as follows. Look at the RSI on the daily chart. You can see it's struggling. It's definitely trying to make a decision whether it's going to go up or down, so maybe there'll be some room for it to go up in terms of the buyers of this currency trying to win the market. But at the end of the day, you can see there's a huge possibility, because you can see on the MACD there, it's seen better days at the top. So looking at what it used to do here, it went down a little bit, recovered, then it eventually goes all the way down. So opportunity, right? So probably will just maybe go up a little bit before it really falls down. So we'll see how that goes. And for me, confirmation on that, looking at the 4-hour trail, as you can see, there is a conservative estimation that we're looking at for it to at least come down to this level. So this is at the point where some positions I will definitely be taking profit, but ultimately I'm looking to take my profits from here, and that'll be a very nice payday, as I'm definitely looking forward to that. So as you can see on the RSI here, it's looking to at momentum going up. Once again, it's just forming the double top. So we're looking at this as a price ceiling, so we're not expecting it to break there. We're looking at this as the next support, then we hope this will be the resistance, and this will be the new support. That's what we should be hoping for in terms of the double top formation, and that will be our moderate expectation. And then on an aggressive level, looking for the double top to complete its move in terms of the daily time frame, then we'll be looking at opportunities to get profits here. So looking for momentum all the way down up until there in terms of this, so that you can complete that very nice, obviously double top. It's in the process of being complete, it's not yet done. Once again, confirmation of a double top will happen once price gets down here, which I am expecting based on fundamentals. And in terms of that happening, then we targeting, this is a very nice entry point for those that want to be safe. You guys can enter from around about this level here, and then once there's another confirmation that it breaks through this resistance, then we know that we can expect in the next week, during the week, this won't happen tomorrow, it will happen over the week, the next 5 days or so, potentially even the next week or whatever. But once again, it's a lot of movement. This is a lot of movement. So yeah guys, that's for me, that's one would be what I would be expecting in terms of the EUR JPY. I feel like this is going to be the most profitable trade, and I really hope that's the case. Yeah guys, so yeah, as you can see, that's what I'll be looking for, and I hope that really helps you guys. So yeah guys, that was my analysis. I really hope that you guys can actually really benefit from everything that I've said. Obviously, I just wish you guys just subscribe, just to, you know, encourage me to do more of these. I'm trying something. I don't have to do it, I do this for myself, but you know, obviously I'm doing this, getting ready for the week in terms of Forex and other things, and then I have to edit in terms of preparing this for you. So only thing I'm just asking for you guys is to just subscribe and follow me on my social medias, so that I'll be posting more messages just to see how this thing goes, if I can develop a Forex community. I'm not necessarily looking to start an academy or anything like that. I prefer everything on YouTube. I'm very happy with that. So it'll be as free as it is for the longest that it can be. So please subscribe, and let's keep it that way. Otherwise, I'll have to consider paid options, but for now, let's keep it nice and simple. I'm very happy with the platform, and thank you for your support and the support of newcomers. You're welcome. So guys, really appreciate, really hope these insights have helped. I'm definitely gonna try to content like this every week, every Sunday. Then between the week, I'll just give updates on what's happening, just to, you know, be with you guys through the journey, because these are trades that I personally take with real money. And you know, if you're taking risk, I'm also taking risk on behalf. But remember, once again, your risk, you take it based on the decision that you decide to make, not solely because I said do this or that. I'm just giving information to help you with your certainty. So really hope you learned something. Please remember to subscribe, watch my other videos. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. See you on the next one.